Welcome back to Truck Central. Mr. Justin Wheeler here. I've got two things for you. One, this is the very first video we were posting in 2024, and as such, figured it was probably a good time to give an update on the Dusty Dodge and where we're at with it and what our plans are for that, an update on the channel itself and what kind of content you can expect to see, and an update on myself and how what's going on in my life right now is actually going to maybe help produce some new and exciting content for you guys. Second thing, I do want to say Merry Christmas. I know it's a little late, but better late than never. And I hope everyone had a Happy New Year. Speaking of Christmas, I got a few gifts under the Ram tree, Real Truck tree, Truck Central tree. I don't know, but I got them. So I'm obviously very excited to get some new parts to play with in the old Dusty Dodge. These, as well as some other stuff, we'll go into in a little bit more detail. Before I do want to say thank you to Real Truck. They are the sponsor this season for Truck Central. Not just this season, 2020, 2021, 2, 3, and 4. They've been with us the whole time. So thank you to them. After the video, if you don't mind, click the link down in the description. Head on over to Real Truck and buy yourself something nice. So let's talk about the update. We'll start with me and then we'll get into kind of the juicier stuff afterwards. We have been a little bit slow producing videos lately. I've been extremely busy in addition to just the Christmas season and my normal job taking up a lot of time, the holidays, and I went on vacation. But mainly we moved into a new house, and that was really big for us. It took a ton of time, and we're still not even fully done. And if you've moved from one house to another where you've got kids and you've got a bunch of crap, you know how time consuming that is. It is unbelievable how long it takes to move your crap out of one house and move it 3 miles down the road. But anyway, the previous house we lived in wasn't quite as conducive to creating content and working on projects. And we'll probably do a whole nother video going into the nitty gritty about how that transition's changed. This new place is going to be much better. It's not going to require me to come out here to the castle grounds to make videos, to do updates, to add mods to the truck, and not to mention this truck and that truck and that truck. It's going to help immensely because now I've got a monster driveway, an extra shop, and we'll be able to kind of, I won't just be stuck on the weekends where I can just make one video a week or two. I'll be able to make multiple. Speaking of the Ram, we've got some Aero exhaust tips. These are 5-inch dual-walled slash-cut direct bolt-on tips. Those are going to be awesome. I am really impressed by these. The quality is good, nice blacked out look, which, on a black truck, this looks really clean. On a red truck, these look really nice. Even on the blacked out Midnight Edition trucks you get from the factory, these still will look nice because they're a larger diameter, they're slash cut, they're dual wall, and it'll make it look like you have an exhaust, even if you don't. It kind of looks like a Yeti. I kind of want to weld a bottom on that and drink out of it. Might have to buy another set. We'll see. Flowmaster exhaust, a muffler, I should say. It's the Flow Effects. Guys, if you don't know how cheap these are, it is incredible. And I think we talked about this in a previous video, and it's been a little while, but I've been saving this for a very specific reason. It's because I kind of wanted the whole setup. And, not everybody, when they do an exhaust mod, they're not going to install headers and go all the way to the tips and replace everything. Maybe you just want tips. Maybe you just want a muffler. Maybe you just want headers. Maybe you just want the axle back resonator delete. But you don't know what it sounds like because not very many people just swap one thing and then make a video before and after sound effect type thing. What I wanted to do was have every piece and kind of piecemeal replace parts, do before and after sound tests, and then the combination of parts. And so now that Santa brought us the rest of these goodies, we'll be able to fully do a comprehensive ultimate exhaust video with the tips, the muffler, the resonator delete, and the headers. And the headers themselves are going to be awesome. Everybody knows when you have a 5th gen Ram or 4th gen Ram, one of the biggest problems are the exhaust manifolds. And you know, when it's covered under warranty, it doesn't really make sense to shell out the money to buy aftermarket headers, and that was the case for me. But now that I'm out of warranty, this makes sense. So these are BBK headers, polished, ceramic coated. The nice thing about these being ceramic coated is we shouldn't have to worry about using like exhaust wrap. It shouldn't have a lot of negative side effects. So the tips, muffler, resonator delete, the headers, our buddies over at Real Truck sent us that stuff. So we will leave links below in the description to all of these, any of these, and I think you'll be surprised. The prices on these aren't bad. These Flow Effects mufflers are cheap. And, you know, once upon a time, you couldn't get a cheap Flowmaster muffler. They were the standard, and they were expensive. Now they have a cheaper version. This will probably not be the one that stays on the truck long term. I kind of wanted to get it to do a, what does a cost-effective muffler get you? And then we'll do a comparison. We'll probably throw in some other MagnaFlows or the Borlas, or there's so many. I can't even keep track anymore. Back in the day, you could get MagnaFlow, Flowmaster, Cherry Bomb. Now there's hundreds, and they're different price points. But we're going to navigate those waters and see what kind of gives us the best bang for the buck, and ultimately what sounds good, and maybe we'll get some performance gains. We'll see. So what else is new with the Ram? You know, recently we had a small string of problems, nothing major, but kind of little things that warranted a standalone video. That will probably be the next video that you see after this one. Some stuff that we'd seen before, some stuff we hadn't seen before. And although it may look like everything's fine and rosy in here right now, what you don't see is the parts and pieces laying all over my shop floor from what's disassembled over here. So we'll go into all that. The truck is fine, nothing crazy, but there are some updates we need to touch on. Let's talk about the mileage. I think we're at just over 235,000, really close to 236,000 miles. By the end of January, we will be well past 240 and on the road to 250. So in addition to that little problems video that's coming out, we've also got some big news about the channel that'll be out later this month, and it's going to involve some of the other stuff we have kind of in the works, on the back burner, behind the veil. You know what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of stuff out here that we haven't really had the right moment to share with you guys yet, and that's finally kind of coming to the surface. So excited about that for sure. I know y'all love the Dusty Dodge, but I'm actually really excited to start getting more of the vehicles around here involved, and we will be on that very soon. So speaking of other vehicles coming into the fold, changes to the channel, new content coming up, I do want to let you know we are going to leave a link to a bonus video in the description where you watch me get my butt kicked by a Mazda RX-8, a car that wasn't running, is notorious for not running, and we do get it going, and it actually has been a surprisingly fun car to operate. Now, I know it's not a truck, but none of us drive trucks all day, every day. Well, I drive trucks all day, every day, but in my very little free time, I also hop in some other little cars and cruise around, and the RX-8 was actually pretty fun. So if you have a second, go check out that video and leave me a comment. I'd really appreciate it. With that, we are going to wrap it up. One final thank you to Real Truck. They are the sponsor this season for Truck Central. So whether you need tips, headers, mufflers, bug deflectors, mud flaps, floor mats, bed covers, intakes, you name it, they got it. Leave me a comment down below. You know I look forward to talking to you. And as always, thanks for watching.